motherfucking building with us
Hey, I
today,
appreciate
man.
the invite, and it was a couple weeks in the making, but I appreciate you being patient with me and getting me here, man.
Oh man, it was a must, man.
Yeah, you was one of the ones we can be patient with. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it.
We understand. You know,
Appreciate
niggas
it.
got other shit. Sometimes it be a late notice.
Be
You know what
daddy
I'm saying?
daycare for me, you know what I mean?
Facts.
So, I've been watching the show for a while, and I'm impressed with you guys just keeping it real. And I know that's a cliche type thing to say, but I like that y'all just, is you. And that's what a lot of shit is missing. You know, motherfuckers is trying to be like somebody else, and y'all just being you. And that's what I think podcasts, if you want to call it, needed. You feel what I'm saying? Somebody like y'all.
Definitely.
So my hat goes off to you.
We appreciate
We
it.
appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir.
We
Yes,
just
sir.
be trying to, bring the city another side.
Hey,
You know
but
what I'm saying?
I gotta say, I ain't never been to anything where we frying chicken and it's bomb fried chicken. You know what I mean? Fries, I don't know. I heard they're a little suspect right now, but the fries is being cooked as well. Fried straight? Okay. But nah, I like smoke, you know what I mean? Y'all making sure that I'm smoking, drink. Like, it's good vibes, good energy, and I love being in good energy, you know what I mean?
Facts.
So thank y'all.
We try to. We appreciate it.
Again, man, but for you being the only DJ that's really spinning shit, like you really listen to these niggas.
That
shit.
touch with the people,
Yeah,
shit.
and you really listen to all these artists in Vegas. How did you go about, like, this is what I want to do? Because you used to do music at
Yeah.
one point in time, too.
I made the decision when Hot 702.5 FM kind of came about. I know the owner. We used to work in the corporate world together, coming up as managers in the corporate world. Right. And I'll never forget, she was like, you gotta be the pimp. You gotta treat your workers kind of like they your hoes. You gotta keep them happy and everything. And like, I never heard a female 10, 12 years ago break it down to me like that. You know what I mean? And that always stuck with me. And when I saw that she started her own station, I was like, I was fucking around with DJing. I never really took it serious. I just always been into music, and I always downloaded music and shit from different sites. So I always kept up to it. So I just basically reached out to her, was like, yeah, I think I could do a mix show on your station. Give me an opportunity. She gave me an opportunity. I've been on the station for over 5 years now, doing the Just Ride, Just Grind mix. So the days have changed that I did my shows, but I've been with them. I'm the executive music curator. So anytime that, there's some music that I'm like, I want y'all to play this, I'm able to do that. You know what I mean? Right. So then once I got that and started kind of taking it serious, that's when that's why I had two different names. When I was rapping, I went by Days Bond. That was my rap name. And then I had DJ DoWrong because motherfuckers was like, yeah, if you figure out this DJ shit, you gonna do these motherfuckers wrong. I said, that's the name, DJ DoWrong. You know what I mean? And if I fuck up, hey, I was supposed to do wrong. You know what I mean? That was my motto at the time. And so when I started getting on the radio and seeing that I had an opportunity to play not only my stuff but independent artists and people who I fucked with, I'm like, this is a perfect avenue to really give some people some exposure. And then, when COVID hit and shit like that, at that time, Jovi and I decided that we wanted to kind of put on for the city and get artists to do not a compilation, but I have a lot of connections with different producers in the city, different artists that I've networked through all these years. So we came up with that idea to make that happen and do that project. And from there, that's where the different shows came and everything else. And I want to put on for the city. I want to do what I want the motherfuckers to do for me. And the problem is that I was waiting for somebody to do something for me. And that's where I learned in my error. However, it's a lot easier nowadays to drop a song tomorrow if I wanted to drop a song on all, you know what I mean, on all platforms. Yeah. I couldn't do that back. I've been rapping since 91, 92. So,
I seen you used to be with Easy Red.
Yep, Money Vault.
Yep,
We went by
Yep.
Money Vault. Yep.
$80.
Yep.
Look
And
at
that's-
Bees, though, some history around this motherfucker, man.
Matter of fact, DB's working on a new project, and we've been in the studio.
dope.
Yeah.
He's dope.
When he went by CP DiBiase, we were in a group called the Blade Boys, and we used to do a show on internet radio called On the Blade Radio, is what we used to do. So that was kind of our introduction
Was
to.
y'all on the blade?
No.
Oh, okay. I mean, you say on the blade, shit. I'm like,
But I'm not originally from here. I came here in 2001, and I was always fascinated by the pimping culture,
The nightlife.
like the nightlife and everything else. You know what I mean? And being originally from the Bay Area, I saw some of that stuff. You know what I mean? But I never seen it to the degree. And then I used to valet at the SRO when the SRO was there, and so valeting at the SRO, I got to meet a lot of the rappers in the city. I got to see different performances and shit like that. Really network with people, and they loved me so much. Once they found out that I was a smoker, they'd leave half a blunt or full blunt in the car, like, I left you something, take care of my shit. You know what I mean? And it's funny what weed does to bring people together. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's kind of my introduction to Vegas. I was really in the nightlife, whether it was meeting people valeting, going out afterwards to the strip clubs for eating some food at different strip clubs. What's Spearmint Rhino had good ass food
They had
over
some
there.
shit
You know
back
what I
then.
mean? So just shit like that. I was the Crazy Horse the one that's burnt down.
Oh, the Crazy Horse,
I
too.
go back. I go
Yeah.
back to my sister actually used to be there. You know what I mean? And so like I got introduced to a lot of this shit and was fascinated by it. That's why I wanted to come out here and kind of be in this life. And at first you could get sucked up if you let Vegas fucking run you. And I was trying to keep up with the Joneses. This person had this car, I had to have some type of car. This person wearing this, I gotta be flyer than this person. And it took a while to really realize that it wasn't all about that. You know what I mean? And so I learned how to run Vegas and not let Vegas run me. You know what I
got
mean?
to. You go
So look.
call yourself moving here.
Straight up.
You gotta run Vegas.
Yep.
So fast forward a little bit. How you hook up with Skinny?
So when we did the first project, I was originally looking for different artists, and so I'm looking for platforms who might be talking about different artists. And I saw that Skinny and Tizzle had their review shows and stuff that they did. So I'm like, let me send my shit to them. I sent them an email saying, bro, I got something I'm trying to put on for the city. And they did a review of our first video. And they were like, we got our own DJ Khaled here. Like, he really trying to put on for the city, which is dope. And he reached out to me, and from then we've been inseparable.
Straight
you know
history.
what I mean? Yeah, straight up.
Now y'all do the
Bump it or dump it. Yeah.
That's my shit.
But he's the one that was like, I want to make sure that my people eat. Anybody that's affiliated with the Code 7 Army, I want to make sure that my people eat. And so, DoWrong, you got the music. You always, and when I told you I downloaded a bunch of music, if I'm able to download a bunch of industry music, why am I not able to do the same thing for independent artists? I just got to know who's out there. You know what I mean? Once I find out who's out there, I'm going to research. FL Nino, I'll use him as an example. When I first heard about him, I'm like, who is he? I don't know nothing about him. Let me hear some of his music. And I heard some of his music. I'm like, well, what else does he have? Let me go. And I start going down these rabbit holes. Oh, who's this featured on there? Let me pull him up. Let me see what that person's all about. Oh, okay. I like some of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's how, like, I've got like 3,500 to 4,000 Las Vegas songs in my library. And I'm not talking about the older shit, because I didn't like the older shit, let's be honest. Like, now, the last 5 to 10 years, like, I feel like Vegas has really elevated
Oh, yeah,
itself,
definitely.
you know what I mean,
Yeah,
musically. So I feel like somebody like 2C's, like, I don't feel like he can miss with the music that he does. And when I hear stuff, like...
his ass can miss.
I mean, yeah, I get it,
His ass can miss.
but he's held to a higher, he's an artist that I would hold to a higher level. I expect him to be better than a lot of the other motherfuckers that's out here. You know what I mean? FL Nino has elevated himself to be somebody like that. And I'm not saying that because he's here. I'm just being honest. I didn't know nothing about him a couple years ago. And once I heard his music and then Quick production, just they go together. You know what I mean? And when you're able to find a producer, and that's something that I've always been able to do, is find a producer that believes in me or believes in you as an artist.
You gonna get it.
You gonna get it. And I can tell the chemistry that C's and Nino with Quick, you know what I mean? It's different than some of the shit that Quick does for other people. You feel what I'm saying? But when you network and build those type of relationships, that's what it's all about. Yeah. And so that's what I do on the DJ front. If I'm able to be in the clubs, which I feel I should be in the clubs a lot more. I feel like they slipping. Like a lot of people label me as just the independent DJ. Like I only play Vegas music. Like I don't know how to play other music. Like you know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
and that shit used to rub me the wrong way.
You trying to help break a Vegas artist.
I made a choice to do that. Nobody else wanted to do it. And then you have some of these DJs that are here. Oh, just send the music to me. You know, and if I like it, I'll play it. Like, why do you don't wait for Jay-Z to send you something?
Hell no.
You don't wait for the next major industry artist to send you anything. You go and get it. Go and get some of these independent artists. And I always offer, I'm not the gatekeeper of Vegas music. If these DJs want some of this music, guess what? All you got to do is holler at your boy, and I'll point you in the right direction. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's that simple.
You doing something that they want to do. They want to play the music.
They don't want to do. They could do it. They could have done it a long time ago. Right. The reason why I did it is because I've always had that love, and I'm like, nobody else is doing it.
That's how they started off. A lot of them started off, oh, it's Vegas, we pushing Vegas, but when they got to a certain level, they switched up.
I think that they used to judge it by the bad quality that it used to be.
But who used to really play Vegas music, though?
Nobody.
Yeah, you said, like, who? I only know one person.
Who?
DJ Lexo.
He would, here and there. Lexo would play stuff.
Lexo is the only DJ I know.
Shout out to Lexo.
That'll play. Oh no, I'm lying. Mizzy Matt.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, Mizzy would play like a
DJ.
So
DJ D Nice. What's
he used to be with the
Matt. Yeah.
D Money.
DJ D Money.
Yeah.
Damn, my bad, bro. I forgot your name.
No, you good.
We done went out of town with this nigga and everything.
Teamwork makes the dream work. We got it right.
Yeah, DJ D Money.
But I was around all these cats, you know. I used to fuck with Friends and Tough when I first came out here, you know what I mean? And I knew him back in the Bay Area as well. And so G Minor was another artist, DJ that I used to, because I'm rapping at the time, so I'm not even thinking about DJing. You feel what I'm saying? I'm the one carrying a crate because I'm trying to get into the club for free, you know, with you and have a good time and get these free drinks and everything that they supply you as a DJ. So I always got to see it, and I got to see how some DJs were treated by some artists as well. And I'm like, there's got to be a better way to do it. If I ever got in that position, I would do it this way. You know what I mean? And like I said, now I put myself in that position. The DJing shit picked up for me way faster than the rapping picked up.
Right.
I've had my accolades and done my shit throughout all these years and everything else, but I never really released a project until I started doing these DJ DoWrong projects.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That last project you just did.
Vibe Responsibly.
You know, why you ain't really like, you just like stop pushing it.
I feel like the songs that are on there, I feel like visuals are necessary. And so I'm doing a lot of this shit
by yourself.
Thank you. And if I'm not DJing something, that's what I depend. I gave up on my 9 to 5 a couple years ago and said I'm gonna go all in with this shit because I felt that was the problem before. It's like, yeah, I needed to support myself and everything else. I've been married for 10 years, so I've been married to my wife for 10 years. Thank God my wife has a very good paying job that's able to keep a roof over and give me the opportunity to chase my dreams, so to say. And I want to make my dreams a reality. You feel what I'm saying? It's like if I'm not able to be behind the mic rapping, shit, let me be your soundtrack. Let me play the music. Let me get these artists that are dope, because I feel like I've always had a good ear to music. Like I've chose all the music that's on both projects. Like I networked with these producers and was like, yeah, I like that, and then I'm like, yeah, I hear this person teaming up with this person, you know, and sometimes I don't know the politics on stuff, so when I'm like, yeah, I would like to hear this person and that person, and then somebody's like, nah, that's not gonna work, and I'm like, okay, why? And then I get the history on whatever. Okay, cool, let's keep it pushing, because that's not what I'm on, you know what I mean?
That's what fuck up a lot of shit in music is politics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Street politics fuck up a lot of shit in the Vegas music.
Man, that shit don't be street politics. That shit be bitch politics.
You can call it what you want.
Niggas
Yeah,
be trying
you
to
feel me?
impress these bitches. That's what
That's
that
true,
shit
too.
be. That shit don't be no real street politics, because at the end of the day, them niggas be kicking it with niggas, niggas be kicking it with niggas, niggas be kicking it with niggas.
But for me, it's about the music. I don't have time to pay attention to none of that shit. You feel what I'm saying? And I know you don't either.
Yeah.
But I have, like, I got kids that I'm trying to make sure that I provide for. You know what I mean? And I've always wanted to do music. And one way or another, I'm gonna be able to do music. You know what I mean? And I feel like my calling is to help get people heard.
But it's niggas out there that can do neutral music. It's a lot of niggas out there that can do neutral music.
I agree.
So it's not.
And there's a lot that do.
Yeah, because so you know it's not the politics anymore.
It's choices. Motherfuckers
That's
make
what
that
it
choice. You know what I mean?
It's just, you know what I'm saying?
But who am I to argue whatever choice you want to make? So I'm gonna keep it pushing because I don't have the time again to get involved in any of that shit. Like somebody else was supposed to be on. I don't mean to keep cutting you off. Somebody else was supposed to be on the project, but then I get, well, who's gonna be rapping on the song with me? I just want to make sure that we get along. You know what I mean? And like, if I had to think about that, I'm like, we'll just wait off on that one. You feel what I'm saying? Like, let's, because the energy that I'm looking for is completely different. And if we're questioning anything, that means later on the energy could change
Fast.
because the energy was already not right from the beginning. You feel what I mean? And that's what it's like. I'm too old for this.
I think
shit.
niggas just be scared to get ate up on a song by somebody.
That, as a real artist, that should be motivation. Like if I did a song with 2C's, my goal would be I gotta out rap 2C's. Like
That's what I'm saying. But what happened if you can't out rap?
I gotta just, if I don't like the verse, and as long as I'm able to hang, maybe I can't be the shining star. But if I would trust that C's would be, nah, you should probably change a couple of these bars. You know what I mean? Maybe say something like this. Like, we in this together. You feel what I'm saying? If we doing that song, we in this together.
Yeah.
So for me, the elevation, it will be better. Jovi did that all the time with me. When like we got a mixtape that we did.
You would want your song to be a classic, not a dud.
Straight up.
That's all you supposed
What are you
to
doing
do
it for if that's not your goal?
Yeah.
And you're not always gonna accomplish that. You know, half of the people might feel a certain way about it. The other half feel another way. But
as long as you get 5 out of 15, you good.
I mean, that's a better percentage. I was gonna say like 2 or 3. You know what I mean?
I mean, you got it, cause all right, you gonna get at least when you first drop a song, if you have some type of name or voice, you gonna get at least 100 motherfuckers to listen.
I feel that.
So a great number. How many you think out of the 100 is a good number?
I mean, I would think if you could get at least 10% of those people, I mean, that's 10 people. But I mean,
you need a little bit more.
You need more, but I think that's a start, and I think that you could get a lot more because social media now.
That's what I'm saying. I would think 20.
So 20%. I feel
I
that.
would think 20.
I feel that.
I would think out of 100 people, if you can get 20 people.
But what do you have that's gonna make you stand out? That's what's important.
Shit.
It's all about your marketing. Like motherfuckers want to like spend the money on the wrong things. You got to really market yourself. You got to you can't just trust the music. The music could be dope, but like why do I want to listen to you over the next motherfucker? Because there's 1,000 motherfuckers doing the same shit, and you got to have something that makes yourself stand out.
I couldn't even tell you why I listen to the niggas I listen to like that. Because some of these niggas don't stand out for shit. But they just say some cool shit.
I was going to say, you might relate to some of the things that they're saying, or it might take you back to like, oh shit, I remember in 2007 when I was doing something and that reminded me of, you know what I mean?
So since you said that, what do you think a motherfucker need right now to stand out, right, as in this time that we in?
I think that they have to want it as bad as the people around them want them to have it. So, and I think that if people played their positions that they're supposed to play, I think people would get a lot further. Everybody wants to be out front. Everybody wants to be the rapper. You can still be the rapper, but sometimes you got to take a back seat, and you might have to be a promoter in a sense for this particular artist. You know what I mean? So I think it all boils down to having the right team around you and knowing people that will play their position and doing what is necessary to get the artist over to the next level. I think that's what's lacking. Consistency is lacking. You know what I mean? And I think some of these artists just do the music for their people in the city instead of thinking on a bigger
scale.
Yeah, and I think that and I'm not gonna lie, I used to make music for my people. You know what I mean? But that's not why I wanted to do it. I wanted to touch somebody in a whole nother state. You know what I mean? With my music, and you're not able to do that if you're not being consistent with it.
Facts. You speak a lot about a team. You know, team play a big part in a lot of the artist's success. You know,
yeah.
And it's just not the artist. So everybody got to know their position. Everybody got to know their position to play.
But that team could shrink too, though. You know what I mean? Because I could tell you, I've been on a few different teams that didn't work out, and from some of those teams, there might be. You might have started with 10, and there might be 3 solid motherfuckers that's still there. You feel what I'm saying? And that's how situations have happened. And so I came to a point to where it's like I don't need no new friends.
I think a bond builds team.
I agree. Because you have to all be on one Money Vault. We used to go to LA just to go out there to record, not to do anything else. Just we would book a studio, and we would drive out there in a van or something, and the camaraderie that we would have at that particular time and the experience, we could have easily recorded here. But we wanted to go and bond and have a good time and record at that particular time.
I think that's when you make your best music.
That is when you make your best music, and that's when you're able to really find out who's about the team and who's not about the team. You know, you could tell how people move. You could tell, like, when everybody is at the same level, that's what I mean. You should be bringing your people up to the level that you're at instead of, and if you can't, then they shouldn't be with you. You know what I mean? They got to do something else. We can still be cool, but this music shit just ain't for you. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I just think different.
They want free tickets.
That's always gonna be that. They always gonna want that shit.
Even when they hate you, they gonna want free ticket shit.
Always.
Motherfuckers just want to be seen now. That's what it is now. So, what do you think the city missing?
I mean, there's your platform, our platform. There's a lot of different platforms that are there to help the success. But really, what type of views are we getting? Not like on average with the episodes. You feel what I'm saying? Some of us are still work in progress. Some of us aren't satisfied with where we're at. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of people are depending on that visibility to push them over the edge. It helps, but it doesn't push you over the edge. Yeah. So I think if you stop trying to be the man in your city and figure out how you can be the man outside of your city, I think that's where we're at now. I think that the visibility is there for a lot of these artists. Now what are you going to do with the visibility? We could only take you so far. You know, we could connect you with people who might take you and give you the ability to go on tour. You know what I mean? And obviously they're giving you the ability. You still got to come up with the money. And I think some of these people don't have that money to put behind what they trying to do. It's that fake it till you make it type shit that eventually ends up getting exposed because you can't get out of your city because you don't have a plan. You're just trying to make your people happy with what you got. Yeah. That's dope. That's what you like. That's not what I want. I want to be able to be. So when you said why did you see some of the promotion stop on the project, there's so many good songs that's on there. I want to be able to get the visuals. So I think that if the artist, I'm not getting the artist to promote, like, this is the second project, so I experienced it on the first, you know what I mean? So I went into this knowing that I'm going to have to do a lot of the promotions, but I feel like you need something to back the project. The songs are there. Now I need visuals to back the project. So more visuals are coming. Okay, more visuals are coming. I got Spitter P that's gonna do some visuals. I've got
reached out to everybody with us.
nah. As far as like,
I hear everybody with us,
but
man.
this isn't no. But this isn't the last thing that I'm doing. I always try to get different artists involved in what we trying to do. You know what I mean? And so, like I said, with the second project, there's only 7 artists that was from the previous project, and there's 35 different artists that's on the second project. So that tells you there's 28 different artists that were on that particular project, the second project. So and the second projects, like some of the feedback, you need more females on there. I got more females on there. You need some more R&B that's on there. I got some more R&B on there. I listened to
Everything
the critiques and the feedback. It's not that I'm trying to please everybody, but if I'm trying to expose the artist in a good way to where I want you to be heard, I want to be able to show the talent ranges from singing to rap to whatever it may be.
You basically did that, because whatever you missed on the first one, you put it on the second one.
And so now I've got to elevate. I feel it's an elevation process with every project. You got to elevate, that project.
Try to put them both on one project now.
The next one, that's what the goal is. You know what I mean? Get some different artists, have a different sound, which there's a completely different sound than from the first project on the second project. And I think that's what's important. And it's all homegrown. It's all.
But it all be the times we in too. Like the music changing every time. Every season, this shit change.
It does. And I think that if you could reinvent yourself and stay relevant, then you'll be okay. You'll be okay.
That's a lot of these niggas' problems.
They're not relevant.
You feel me? They can't stay relevant.
No, they can't. And it's because they sound like everybody else.
They have a good run, and they fall off because they start being Hollywood.
They start doing shit like everybody else is trying to do. Straight up.
I made it. Everybody talking about me. I'm on everybody's shit. And then you don't capitalize off that momentum, And then you try to drop a year and a half later. Your momentum
straight up, and that's what I was talking about. Right now, it's all about momentum, and there's no excuse for you to not take advantage of the momentum that either you've built for yourself or that people have helped build for you. You know what I mean? Like, we could only do so much. Skinny and I could only do so much with the show. We have to change up stuff, because when stuff starts not being about the artist and it starts being some funny shit where people are just trying to be clowns on the show and just joke around instead of taking it serious. Like, if I'm a new artist, I'm like, I don't know if I want to tune into this shit again. And that's not what we trying to do. We want more motherfuckers from all over the world. Shit, it's a worldwide, just like this is.
Some motherfuckers can't handle, you know what I'm saying, criticism.
But those are the people that shouldn't participate in it if you can't handle it. Like,
it's a lot of motherfuckers.
I get it. But
there's a lot of motherfuckers.
I get it. But this is the wrong industry to be in.
You can't take constructive criticism.
This is the wrong industry, especially when you really start getting in the industry and you start seeing how cutthroat a lot of these different motherfuckers are, and how you did a song with somebody and now all of a sudden your verse is taken off and it's on something else and somebody else is on, like, just shit like that. It happens all the time in the industry. So like, you cannot have that sensitive, what I call sensitive jack. You gotta leave that shit at the door, straight up. You can't. You won't be successful if you're constantly fighting some bullshit.
Man, these niggas be having motherfucking pigeon skin. But they be so tender about niggas say that song ain't it. Your next song I might like, or you know what I'm saying, somebody might like.
But people like what they like, and you can't. You might be able to change somebody's opinion on something, but if they like 3 songs out of the 10 songs that you have, that's 30%. We was talking about 20%, right?
Yeah.
So I mean,
I'm out of that 20% on that one. I'm in that hiring Marky, my boy.
Right. But I think that more people should really take advantage of what I'm offering.
Yeah.
Because I just want to see everybody win, and I got no skin in the game, so to say. I'm not looking for nothing from anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I want to see the city win, because if they're winning, everybody's winning. And then
Facts.
once we start getting the attention that I know is we can get, then motherfuckers are gonna start plucking a lot of different people from the city. And that's what can. It happens in other cities, so why can't it happen in our city? And again, everybody wants to be the man. That's why it hasn't happened yet.
We like crabs in a bucket.
Yeah,
We pulling each other down.
Straight up, straight up.
We pull each other right down.
This is crazy. Hey, damn. Boy, this shit is crazy. So you never know. But so have you ever like just play one of them songs on Bump It Up, be like, man, this shit is complete ass.
Oh, there's a lot of times when I do that. And there'll be songs that will be sent to me and I intentionally don't listen to them. I'm like, sometimes I need time, like space and time to play songs. So, like, I'll play some. Get low, get low, get low, get low.
That's crazy.
Nah, you good, you good.
Hey, man. That's wild. That's wow.
Oh man.
Hey man, this shit be weird. This shit here, man. Listen. So
You never know what you gonna catch over here.
yeah, we just caught some bullshit. But he gonna start it back. But yeah, like I said, you ain't never like something was just complete ass.
Yeah, all the time. Thanks for bringing me back. All the time, like, I'll intentionally not listen to stuff, and then when I hear it, you can see in my facial expression, I'll go like this, and then I'll see Skinny will go like this, like, what are we doing? And I'll send him a message like, bruh, I would dump this shit, and then we're only one vote. We know on the show it takes three. So we're only one vote. So there's times when we got to sit through the whole thing like, man, will somebody else?
Crazy.
And we're not soliciting a dump. We ain't going to do that to you, but you're going to see in our facial expressions like, somebody please rescue us. You know what I mean? And then there's shit that's dope that I don't feel should have been dumped. You know what I mean? And so I'm going to still say, well, what is y'all thinking? Like, you got to tell me why. And that's what's big to me. Like, the intention of the dumps is not to shit on somebody. You know what I mean? And that's what a lot of people are trying to run with and shit on people. It's like, what didn't you like? Oh, the mix was shitty. Okay, I could respect that. The mix wasn't good. You know what I mean? Or, you know, their raps I just wasn't feeling what they were saying. Their cadence wasn't good. Whatever it may be, give them some feedback so they could feel like they got something out of the show. Goes back to, instead of being like, man, I ain't getting back.
A lot
on
of
this
these
shit.
need to just stop it.
Some of them do.
Some of them need to just stop it.
Some of them do.
Like keep your day job.
Like, we're not there just to collect money. That's the only show that we charge, and we charge $10, 10 to spin. That ain't shit. That's the only show that we charge. You know what I mean?
You just showing motherfuckers how to invest in themselves.
That's it. And we turn it around on to the artist, whether we throw a show or we're doing different things. It goes back like we do a live bump it or dump it. Like, that shit costs. You know what I mean?
If you feel you that good, shit, nigga, $10 to get some people to hear that shit.
And that's why we're doing this 32 artist tournament that we're gonna be starting. The deadline to send it in is July 5th, right?
I just seen that shit today.
Yeah.
That's what we was talking about in the comment.
So July 5th, you send your best track. This is not a time to experiment. This is not a time to send an unmixed track to think like going against somebody. Like, this is a little different. We're trying to revamp Bump It or Dump It, so to say. So 32 artists, right? You got till July 5th to send in. It's $40, but you got a chance to win $500. $100. Okay, so we giving back with some of the money that we're doing.
Yeah.
Now the other money, I'm gonna tell you what we doing with it, so I can show you again that we spending it on you. So July 13th will be the first show. It'll be 32 songs. We expect 32 artists to participate in this and spend $40 on themselves. Invest in yourself. Believe in yourself. That's what it's all about. $40 ain't shit. Thank you very much. You fucking $40 off this morning.
Huh?
So, so let me just run through this. So July 13th, 32 artists will go. We'll narrow it down to 16 by the end of that show, right? It's artist versus artist, and it's not a 3 bump or dumps and you're out. It's more of, okay, this person had 15 bumps, this person had 3 dumps. That's a bump. Those tallies, it's not a popularity contest. You do want to get your people to tune in, your fan base. The great thing about the first 3 shows is it's online. And then we're going to do the finale. The final 4 is August 1st. So those 4 artists will get to perform the 4 songs that got them there. And when we narrow it down to the final 2.
Oh, so you basically if you win, you got to come with a new song.
You don't have to come with a new song. You still use your same song. However, we're going to give you an opportunity, if you're in the final 2, to perform another song, just to perform another song so the people could hear what else you got.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? There's no judging on that song. It's like, just think of some of the shows that's out there. We just trying to have a celebration for that final 4. You know what I mean?
So how you match the artists up?
It's going to be random. It's gonna be random because we don't want nobody to feel like there's some or computer generate. We could do that shit now. You know what I mean? Facts. You could put 32 names in there and then it could pair everybody up. Yeah. So we're gonna randomly do it because I feel like it could be some bias. If I had 2 of the top artists that have to go against each other, and I'm like, oh, well, I don't think they should go against each other. Let's put the other person over here. Nah, fuck that. Let's let the 2 best artists go. It's the luck of the draw. You know what I mean? So somebody could potentially get eliminated.
Somebody ass is out of there.
Yep. And it's just think of basketball and the tournament. You know what I mean? It's the same type of get down. And then 3 weeks later, we're gonna do a Code 7 underground event, and the person that won is gonna co-headline that event. So we usually get 3 or 4 artists that are doing their thing in the city and have them perform at the underground shows. The underground shows is called that because we don't advertise where they're at.
Right.
You got to fuck with us in order to be able to be a part of it. You feel what I'm saying? The police like to fuck with us too much. You know what I mean? And this bullshit. So
facts.
You got to outsmart the
shut everything down around this motherfucker.
Straight up, all the time.
But that's, you got the wrong artist with it.
No, yeah, and we've been able to do this without any issues or problems because we've had the right artists on there.
This one's gonna be a good one. That's a good one right there. 32 artists.
Yeah, but the bump like $40. $500 is what you win. You get to, if you make it to the final 4, you get to perform. You know what I mean? So now you get that exposure as well. And a couple weeks later, you get to go with some of the heavyweights, for $40. And if you make it for 4 weeks, that means your song's being played for 4 weeks. Am I right? Yeah. And then if people really like your shit, when you go to perform, if you get those people to come out, they might be singing along to that shit because now that song's familiar, right? So that $40, don't look at it as $40. Look at the benefits of what comes with that $40. You know what I mean?
Watch how many people gonna hear your song.
It's definitely with it. You should be with it. The format is good, and like I said, it's a great opportunity. It's a change up, and we do Bump It or Dump It Tuesdays and Thursdays. So on Tuesdays we gonna keep it regular. You can still do your 10 to spin, but on the Thursdays, that's when we're putting all the focus on the tournament. You know what I mean? And that runs for a month and a half. So you're promoting yourself for a month and a half. We're helping promote you for a month and a half for $40. Why wouldn't you want to do that?
And you might end up in a bracket with somebody that suck. So you might be able to just get an easy one to slide on.
It could happen that way. But we don't want somebody to just throw their $40. Like, we're not there just to take your money. That's not what this is about. Like, I need to stress that. Do not experiment with the song. If this is the song that you want to push, put your best song forward. Well, what if it's an R&B song and what if it's a rap song? Well, come with your best R&B. If you're an R&B artist, come with your best song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what it's about.
It's some R&B songs that'll fuck some rap songs up.
Come on, man.
You just gotta know how to swag that shit out.
You gotta figure out what type of crowd you have, what type of crowd is gonna watch. Are you gonna get your fans to be able to come? And the other thing I'm gonna do is create, because I do flyers and shit. I'm gonna create personalized flyers for these guys that you can promote yourself with your picture the whole time. That comes with it too. Like what else can I give you? We're trying to give you everything to help you be successful. Take advantage of the opportunity. Is my point.
Yeah. To be seen, be heard, people, you know what I'm saying?
And if you look at the flyer, it says be seen, be heard, get critiqued. Those are the three things.
That's crazy, see?
I swear if you look at it, and I know you never seen that either, but you said two of the three things that I said.
$40, man. Come on. $40?
40, yeah. 40 ain't shit.
Oh, and I told you about the underground event. The other money is going toward that venue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're reinvesting in the city, in the music, to get you that exposure. Take advantage of it.
Invest in yourself.
Believe in yourself.
That's the only way
you gonna
work. You got to invest in yourself.
That's why I admire what the fuck y'all got going on, because I could tell that everybody plays their part, does what they have to do, and that's what a strong team needs. And
everybody pitch in around this
straight up,
man. It ain't no big U's and little R's.
No, and that's what's important.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas do stupid shit. These do it all day.
It happens, trust me.
Yes, sir. Nah, this nigga just been on 2-week run.
Oh, shit.
Mr. AKA the Mr. Fuck 'em up.
Mr. Fuck 'em up.
We used to have a nigga fucked up all day. Yeah, nah, man. We just,
we tried, man. We
that's
just everybody, like you say, everybody play their position, and we just make the best of what we got. We all, we all click anyway. We talk shit to each other. We all.
But that's what you got to do. You got to keep it fun. You know what I mean? And motherfuckers, when motherfuckers is right, they right. When motherfuckers is wrong, you gotta let them know they wrong, and then you gotta keep it pushing. You feel what I'm saying? That's where a lot of
don't want to be wrong. So when you tell them that they wrong, they catch an attitude like a bitch.
Right. But that's why I try to keep my circle as small as possible, because it was big once upon a time, and you can't have not everybody could have access to your circle. You feel what I'm saying?
Everybody can't go, man.
No.
Everybody can't be a part of this thing of ours, man. Sometimes it just be now that you done been through so many bumps in the road, you can just feel like, oh no, there's gonna be some bullshit somewhere, some way.
But it definitely takes experience, and like I told you, I had to experience a lot of the wrong teams to be able to know what the right team looks like. And like I said, I was in corporate America for 20 years, and they brainwashed a motherfucker. I was in sales, so like I could sell you on some shit if I had to sell you on some shit, but I'd rather give you the facts behind something, the benefits. Didn't I tell you what that $40 is going to benefit? Like, the glass is half full to me. It ain't half empty. And I think a lot of more motherfuckers got to start looking at their life, their career, whatever it may be. They got to start looking at shit like that. And once you flip that, like there's victims and owners. You know what I mean? And there's motherfuckers that'll own up to whatever the fuck this shit is. And there's other people that'll be victims, like, oh, poor me. Like, I'm not a victim. I'm an owner. I own whatever I had to. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's why I have the reputation that I have, because that's all I have is my reputation. Like Scarface said, my balls are my word. You know what I mean? And I honestly live by that shit. And if I tell you I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do something. Like, I get calls all the time to where people are like, DoWrong, my DJ fell out. I need you to like, are you available?
Yeah.
I'm available, because motherfuckers don't book me as much as they should. You feel what I'm saying? And guess what? Like, I got you. It could be the day. Not that I encourage this, but it's been the day before. Like, many a times where it's happened. In my mind, I'm like, damn, you should have booked me from the begining. You know what I mean? But
nigga would have been
hey,
there.
You know what I mean? All I can do is just keep it solid and do what I do. I should, yeah. I do. I just did Misfits event that she did. Yeah, I just did that. You know, I do a lot of shit for different people in the city. You know what I mean? And it's just people when they get that. I create an experience. That's what it's about for me. I want you to be like, yeah, I had a good time. Like in the beginning of July, I got a DJ like a country wedding. I don't know shit about country music, so I just had the people, I need you to go to Apple Music or Spotify, create a little playlist that you like, and then it gives me an idea of what type of, you only get married hopefully one time if that's what you're doing, so I don't want to be the DJ that fucks up your wedding, so therefore help me with what you want played. And so therefore I'm able to DJ country music knowing nothing. I don't listen to country music, you know what I mean? For 5 hours I'm about to listen to country music because that motherfucker...
What?
Country.
Probably Kane Brown.
Fucking listen. I ain't listen to this nigga about no music.
Oh God, Tennessee whiskey. Oh God, that's my
Chris Stapleton.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah.
He's a beast. But
Fucking who?
yeah, it's okay. It's okay. My point is I'm able to do it all, even if it's something that I don't normally do.
But you a
give me the
DJ.
opportunity, and I can't scratch if my life depended on it. But I could blend music together. Like you'll hear songs blended together, and if you've heard me DJ, I could read a crowd, and I play different music, and some of these DJs that given me opportunity never gave me opportunity again. I throw in independent music. You know what I mean? You wouldn't have known it was independent. It sound just as dope as some of these other songs that I'm playing, and so I've really had to create a lane for myself because I don't feel like there's no DJ that really is like, come on, let me take you under my wing, let's do this, and I don't look for that, you know what I mean? Like I came out to Vegas on my own. Yes, my sister lived out here, but like I came on my own, you feel what I'm saying? And so I know what it's like to be on your own. So therefore you gotta have that drive to get it.
Facts. A lot of these niggas ain't got shit on their
They
own.
ain't got that drive, man.
Fuck the draw, they ain't got shit on their own.
Straight up.
Still staying with their mama.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or the bitch.
That should be easy for the niggas to do that music then. Shit, they ain't got no responsibilities.
You would think.
Yeah.
But it's
And you still here.
I think it's the trying to impress their homeboys. That's what it's about to some of these artists.
Can't impress no yes mans. It's not gonna
Ain't gonna get you
it's
nowhere.
not gonna cut
That's
it.
what I respect about you, because I know that you have an opinion when it comes to music that may be different from other people's, which is more than fine. You know what I mean? I might like something, you might not like something, but you have every right for that, and you like what you like. You feel what I'm saying? So, if I know exactly what J Mac likes, I'm fixing to make sure that whatever I bring to him is tailored to what J Mac likes.
I'm gonna show you some shit too. I ain't gonna show you on camera because I don't want the person. Like I'm gonna tell you though, because it's some shit that got sent to us. That's some bullshit.
Right. I get that all the time.
But
bro.
the thing is, it's like I be talking to this nigga like, bro, I don't want to be like, don't play the shit, and then what I'm supposed to do?
Fry their ass up. That's what we gonna do.
All you can do
Fry
is
their
when you
ass up.
play it, you gotta give your honest opinion. You know what I mean?
Nah, see, but that's
They don't want to hear it, but like,
You give your honest opinion,
I'm not
you
here.
hate it.
I'm not here to necessarily be your friend. Like, you need your people to do what I'm doing, and that's what the problem is that you're not surrounding yourself with people that should be saying what I'm saying.
DoWrong, nah, this is when I mean this shit. This I got some shit, boy. That's like this shit can't hit the top 10 in bullshit music. This shit.
It's a couple links that be getting sent to us that I be like, J Mac, did you see this shit, cuz?
I be trying to get people feedback on some of their shit, and the ones that I don't like interacting with is the ones that aren't coachable. Like, if you are reaching out, asking different things, wanting us to hear something, wanting me to hear something, want me to play something, you should know as a DJ that even if I take the time to give you some feedback, that's doing a lot more than some of the other DJs are doing. I want to see you win. Yeah. Like, this wasn't it. You know what I mean?
But look, I'm also gonna say this. I ain't even gonna blame the artists because they doing because they want to be heard. This they shit, so I'm not shitting on them on that. But you motherfucking cameramen, y'all know these songs is bullshit that y'all putting y'all name on and shooting these videos. y'all need to be honest and tell them, no, I can't shoot this. This ain't it. This all money ain't. Just don't be taking these people money. Because at the end of the day, your name is still on that video.
I agree. And that's why I never understand why artists is like, yeah, I just kind of did my thing on that. Like, I want to deliver, like, I want to beat this motherfucker out on his own song. Like, and I never understand, like, producers will say that, yeah, these are kind of some of my throwaway beats. What are throwaway beats? Like, I don't get that. That's why, when I go to producers, you know what I say? I need some of those beats that you saving for yourself or for your hottest artist. I need some of those beats. I don't want none of those leftover beats or one of those, you know what I mean? Some shit that you just been sitting on. Yeah. Like, I need that shit. You know what I mean? And thank God the producers that I fuck with know exactly what I'm talking about. And then again, I have that ear for music. So when I hear certain shit, I'm like, okay, this person would be perfect on this, and I wonder if I could get this person on it. And when it works, it's like magic. It's like cool. Nobody saw that coming. Like when I didn't see FL Nino and 2C's doing something at first. So when I heard that song, I was like, what? They got something together? Obviously, I know the connection and everything else is a lot deeper than what I knew before. You know what I mean? But when I hear other artists, and it just kind of throws a curveball, like Perrier doing the hook on Wanna See songs, like, and just doing the hook, not even doing a verse. I told you guys when we listened.
That song ass.
Oh, see, you don't like that, huh?
I'm sorry, that song is ass.
Bro, you chicken.
How? Both, man.
But you like what you like. Other people like it, and that's what the beauty of music is.
Both of them niggas is ass on that song, bro. I'm just gonna be honest. That's my. I can say that because guess what? I am not a yes man. I told niggas in the beginning I ain't like that shit. I ain't even want that shit on the
But
CD.
that's a different type of song than what you normally listen to. If you think about the audience that song is trying to attract, it's not your J-Max. It's not. So you could see the value. You could still not like the song, but you could understand the direction that you were trying to take with the song. And so therefore, there's got to be songs like that. You can't just keep doing all the same shit that J-Mac likes. And I'm not saying that's what you want.
Shit, they better.
but you get what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
You got to tailor it to what type of listeners that you're gonna have.
Shit, we vote around here, so it ain't what J-Mac want.
It definitely ain't what I want, because I tell them niggas straight up. I argue with all them niggas. Like
But you gotta have that, because then
get out of here.
Because then you might make some adjustments, though. You might have caused some adjustments on a song. Maybe I don't know how it works for y'all, but I've seen
songs be done, and I'll be like, this ass, because some of the songs gotta be finished. Like, it's a few songs that the team has put out and overruled the nigga on. And some of them was exactly like I said they were gonna be. Ass.
I've been on the other side of that, to where it maybe the verse wasn't ass, but maybe it wasn't up to what maybe some other people liked on there, even though I could have disagreed on it. And so therefore a motherfucker gets taken off of the track and the song either gets shortened or somebody else is added on there. It happens in the industry.
But niggas be in there feeling when you take them off a song.
It happens, but I think it takes growth and maturity by an artist to be able to see the real intent of what is happening. I used to get pissed off at that shit. And then I'm like, okay, let me sit back and look at the bigger picture. Nah, for real.
He get took off the song.
It's not like I got taken off every fucking song that I was on. You know what I mean? But I've gotten taken off of songs before. And I'm not going to sit here.
Because I was supposed to be on scale. Nobody know that. I was supposed to be on scale. That nigga said, man, we going to put Visa on this. And I said, you know what?
Don't blame me. No, that ain't, no.
Yes.
No, that ain't why. No, listen. Y'all you not finna say I just said don't. No, this what happened.
See what it happened was.
Because listen, it was between that and the other beat. You feel me?
Right.
And it was just like.
First wrote. And he said, "Cuz."
Yeah, you did. I ain't gonna lie, you did.
Put these on this. I said, all right, whatever the team.
You right. All right. You right.
And the song came out dope, but
it's still like you still have a feeling where like I could have still been on that song. You know what I mean? But
yeah, definitely.
You try to look at the bigger picture and say, hey, it's a team effort. That's what the team said. Cool. You know, it's just gonna motivate me to come harder. That's what it would do as an artist for me. If J Mac was constantly on me, I know what his intention is. His intention is to bring the best out of me. At least I hope that's what his intention is, because it's gonna be a point where either J Mac is trying to bring the best out of me, or J Mac's gonna say, bruh, stop doing this shit completely. You know what I mean? Because that's the type of individual that he is, right?
Definitely go.
So yeah, so
he definitely go.
Shit, man.
I made the decision to hang up my rap. The ability's still there, but I made the decision to put it on the back burner. Like all these projects that I had, there's 2 songs on each project that I rap on, right? I do a verse on. But if I really wanted to, I could have been featured on all kinds of shit, and that's not what my intent is. You know what I mean? I'm not thinking from an artist standpoint necessarily. I'm thinking from, how can I get the exposure for Vegas? And I'm trying to be selfless with everything that I'm doing, because I know at the end of the day, it'll elevate me just because.
Yes, yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't... Like, a good leader is going to understand that your people should get all the recognition and everything else. And guess what? They're going to want to know who's leading this shit. Oh, you are. You feel what I'm saying? Right. I could be behind the scenes. Right. I'm cool with that. And a lot of people don't want to be. And that was my problem. I wanted to be a producer at first, and then I saw everybody rapping and the girls, and I'm like, oh no, producers don't get the bitches. Like, I want to rap, you know what I mean? So then I start, and again, this is in the '90s, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I want to rap. And
shit, producers get the bitches now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They probably did back then too. I just didn't know. Shit.
But yeah, man, we appreciate you, DoWrong, for coming out, man,
you,
fucking with us. Chopping it up, man.
I like when you could just have a conversation and don't feel like it's like an interview. You know what I mean? Okay. So I appreciate y'all and again giving me the opportunity. I'm gonna keep pushing the city, and I just hope more motherfuckers take themselves as serious as I may take them. They need to take themselves that serious.
I got a little play I'm putting together, man. We trying to put something together, man. I'm gonna tap
whatever
in
I can do to help. Please let me know.
Do some other shit, man.
I'm with it. I'm with it.
I just want to try something.
I'm with it. I'm good at not speaking people's business either. So, if
we already kind of said it on a few interviews what we gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
Whatever I can do to help and be part of, like, I'm all for it. So I just appreciate the opportunities, and right. When people believe in me, like I'm loyal. Like you got all my respect from the beginning. You gotta fuck off the respect in order for it to change. You know what I mean? Facts. And y'all ain't never gave me no bullshit. You know what I mean? So thank you. Appreciate that.
For sure. Good looking, DoWrong, man.
Yes, sir.
We out, man.